Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are live here today with our friends Dave and pad service dog Jasper, um, who is that lovely, lovely, sweet little black blob down in the bottom corner of Dave's screen. So, Dave, if you say hi, people can get a glimpse at Jasper there.
Hi, everybody.
So we're just going to give people a minute or two here to kind of jump on. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Dave and Jasper, and Jasper might show off some of his stuff because he's a smart guy. He's like, let's get this going now. Um, and but how are you two kind of coping during this pandemic? You doing okay?
Yes, we've been doing pretty good up here in Williams Lake. Yeah, you know, all things considered, strange times just as much for us as everybody else, I guess. But uh, hunkering in a lot and not going to the grocery store as much, which that disappoints Jasper because he loves doing that. But I think we're doing not bad. So.
Good stuff. All right. Well, it looks like we've got a few people on here. So Nicole is saying, Nicole and Walker are saying hi, as is Allison, and uh, we've got Kim watching, and Heather, Penny Bush, and all sorts of people. So it looks like people are online. So welcome. If it's your first time watching our podcast, how it works is we are live and you can post your questions in the comments for Dave and Jasper, or for me if you'd like to, but they're far more interesting. So feel free to ask questions of any of us. And I am going to hand things over here to Dave to tell us a little bit about him and his handsome sidekick, and then you can post questions while he's talking, but then when he finishes kind of introducing himself and telling a bit about him and his guy, then we will go to the questions that have been posted. So all right. So without further ado, welcome, Dave. We're so glad you're here, and Jasper. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about how it was that you came to be a PADS client and be matched with this beautiful boy?
Okay, thanks a lot, Tara. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'll just introduce Jasper to you. Jasper Myla. This is my beautiful pad service dog, Jasper. And he'd like to say hi too. He knows something's going on. So anyway, we're a little new at this virtual stuff. So bear with me. Not used to this, but I think it's gonna work good. So Jasper, okay, heel. Anyway, Jasper and I have been a team for almost 5-6. He likes to sit when I talk. He stands a lot, but we've been together over 5 years now, or no, just coming up on 5 years this summer, and I first heard about PADS and the service dog program for people with disabilities back in about 2013. I believe I was watching a parade that was down in Tawasin or something, and my ears perked when I heard about PADS and how PADS provides service dogs for people with disabilities. So I was very interested in being a dog lover and everything. And so I researched it for a while and went on the PADS website and thought about it, and finally jumped in and applied and was accepted and went through the process, wait on the waiting list, and started participating in PADS events and getting to know PADS and the great people in the PADS village prior to being assigned with Jasper, and did some fundraising, and was very excited. And then in 2015, I was asked to do a meet and greet with Ron at PADS and his advanced trainer Todd, and it was an instant match, I believe. And so later that year in 2015, we came to the PADS center there and stayed for 2 weeks and took our training, and it was fantastic. And we graduated in, I believe it was late July of 2015, and we graduated with Karen and Mr. Manning, who is Jasper's, what I always call twin brother. And Jasper came from the parts litter, as did Manning, right? Manning and Jasper. So we graduated with Karen and Manning, and then we were we went on to become a team, and we've been a team ever since, and have enjoyed being part of the PADS family. And I can't believe it's all coming up on 5 years, but it's just been fantastic. And you know, the first year or two were very, you know, were great. Well, all the years have been great, but I just wanted to mention, like, that you know, my expectations going into getting Jasper and working with them, I wasn't, you know, sure about what was going to happen, and I was excited, but I just wanted to mention, I mean, it's just been beyond all my expectations having them. And yeah, oh, it's just been, I just can't say enough about having them and him helping me and being together with them through thick and thin. You know, I mean, we're in this pandemic right now. I'm so happy to have them, but back in 2017, I forgot to mention we're up in Williams Lake, but back in 2017, the bad wildfire year was difficult. We were evacuated from up here. I could see 4 fires right outside, 2 from the back of my house and 2 at the front. So to have him then was, you know, an extra icing on the cake, you know. And so anyway, he helps me all the time. He helps me open and close doors when we come into the house and leave the house. He retrieves things I drop, and he can turn the lights on and off. In the winter, he can help me take my jacket off. It's just endless what he helps me with. He always like to say he can help me get a beverage from the fridge too. And also he's highly trained, you know, to be out in public, and we're go by specific rules on that, and he's very good at them, and we're tested regularly for public access, which is really believe in the rules and the standards to be out in when we're out in public. And we also love going into public because Jasper attracts a lot of interest and attention, and I really enjoy that, and people are always interested in him and maybe a little bit about me. once in a while. But anyway, it's just so fantastic having them. So
Awesome. Well, we've got lots of questions here. Apparently, you two are popular men today. So Nicole, that has Walker, is wondering what's Jasper's favorite task or skill to do.
yeah, hi Nicole and Walker. I really think Jasper's favorite task is picking up things I drop. I drop things very regularly, and you know, he yeah, we've been together for a long enough time now too. He knows most of the things I drop, like remotes, my phone, various things. And he's even at the point now where when I drop it, if I don't ask him to do the commands for him to pick it up, he stands there and stares at me, one waiting for me to tell him to pick it up. So it's pretty neat. So
It's amazing.
yeah.
Does he want to show off a retrieve for us?
Yeah, he's Jasper off. I happen to have a spare remote here, so I'm not sure how well you can see here, but I'll throw it down over there like that. It's hard to see there, isn't it? But Jasper,
Okay.
look, get it. That's it. Foot. See, he's up on it now. See, he was doing that ahead of my commands mostly because he knows it. But see, he did a foot here, and that is nice because then don't have to lean down to pick it up. So he knows all this, and then I say give, and good boy, thank you, good job, Jasper. And that's another thing too, what I noticed over time with them, when he helps me and is working and does a task for me, he shows happiness in that. He wags his tail. I really feel he enjoys helping me. So
Well, the good one, to be a successful service dog, they have to love the work. So it's always cool to see that tail start to wag when they get asked to do a skill. So Kim is asking, Kim Graham is asking, Dave, has the support Jasper provided you changed over time? Is it different today than when you got him?
I just didn't quite catch that. Sorry, Tara.
Oh, Kim is just asking, has the support that Jasper provides to you changed over time? Is it different today than when you got him, or is it about the same?
I think we're being together this long. Things have smoothed out quite a bit. He's the same guy, but I had to learn a lot, and over time. So I think things have gotten better over time, in terms of smoothness and everything. So
Nice.
it's improved, and I've learned, there's weird things around every corner, that you have to deal with. And in the beginning, that would sometimes surprise me, certain things. And so, but we're still always needing to stay sharp, and there's always something interesting around the corner. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've really bonded and well. So it's just it's fantastic.
So Nadine is asking, has Jasper changed his behavior at all since COVID and not being able to be out in public? Has being kind of cooped up at home impacted him or changed him at all, or is he pretty much same guy?
Well, I think we did, for quite a while there we weren't getting out as much, and he's still the same guy and everything. But I noticed him, just wondering looking at me and kind of now and then wondering, like, we usually go to the grocery store today at this time, and like, how come we're not going, kind of thing. With it, he kind of looked that way. So, but otherwise, he's been fine. We're a little short on his spas too, because he could use a good grooming, as same with me, of course. But so just in that respect, I think he notices. Also, it was at the tail end of the winter too, so we get out a little less in the winter. So everything's good though.
Good, I'm glad. We've got lots of people commenting, saying hi, etc. One of our
Yeah,
volunteers,
sorry, I wanted to say hi to Kim too, and thanks for that question.
yeah, for
And I hope Team Kim and Puma are doing well. I'm looking forward to visiting, because I've visited with Kim. We visited with Kim and Caber, and we once we're down in the Ladner area, we'll come by for a visit. So
excellent. Jen, one of our volunteers, said that she met you a couple years ago at the Peony with Puppy and Training Mudge. So
right.
she's saying hello, and Nadine is saying that they have Del Rey at Alberta EMS. Yes, he is an amazing boy too. Maybe we'll get him on here one of these days. So so with the kind of work, and this is definitely one of the questions people ask about our service dogs all the time. Are they always working? Do they ever get kind of downtime? So do you want to talk to that? Do you want me to talk to it?
Oh well, I can talk to that. Jasper, here.
The little camera shy.
No, I don't have enough work for Jasper to have him working 24/7. So he's
Yeah.
not always working. Although when we're in public, he is working most of the time, unless we get to an off-leash dog park or something. But when we're out in public, he generally is. But when we're at home, he does tasks for me, and then he's off work lots. Or when family come over and visit, and they bring their dog or something, he's playing around in the backyard. So no, he's for definitely not always working. But when he is working, he enjoys it too. So
Awesome. So Allison is wondering, do you reward him each time he does something for you?
well, I reward him with praise, but not treats. I watch his health and weight, very strict on that, and through the training and everything, he's trained to do his tasks and not expect treats. But he is rewarded with pats and praise when he succeeds doing his doing any particular job. That's automatic.
That's awesome. Kim says she misses you both, so please let's have another visit soon when things are kind of back to normal here. So
You bet.
and it looks like I've come to the end of the question, so we'll be on for another minute or two. If anybody has any last minute questions you want to post, feel free to drop them into the chat. We are yes, pats and praise are wonderful, aren't they, Allison? Yeah, our dogs, these dogs, Labradors, Golden Retrievers, oh my goodness, they love to be touched, and they love to be told how brilliant and smart and beautiful they are. So it's very cool that they love their job so much, and that's what fills their cup. So tomorrow we're going to be doing one last little live stream, but we're going to be doing it earlier in the day, probably about 10 a.m. Or 10:30 a.m. with the Hollywood Dogs litter before they go out to their raisers. They're going to be on campus tomorrow getting ready to go out, and everybody can watch the news tomorrow, because it sounds like we're going to have a couple media crews out there to see those little poof balls go out. So, oh, Kim says, can you tell us what Jasper thinks of his van?
Of the van?
Of his van.
Did you say van as in the
Yep.
vehicle?
Yep. Vehicle, van.
Oh yeah, he loves the van. Oh yeah, he's got his own. He's got the best seat in the house in there. When we started training and everything, I said to Ron, where am I gonna put Jasper? Like down there on the floor over there? Ron looked in and he said, well, that back seat there, that'd be perfect for him. And I went, oh, okay, you know. So he's got his own spot on the back seat. And you know, it's interesting too because I'll deploy the ramp and maybe not be ready to get in the van sometimes when we're at home and I'm low doing some stuff and the ramp's down and I'll look around, where's Jasper? And oh, he's already in the van waiting for me in there. Like
it's like, let's go, Dad. Let's get going. So
yeah. So he loves it.
wonderful. Well, I'm going to, oh, Nadine's just asking, how old is Jasper now?
He's 7 now.
Excellent.
Just
Well,
just a young boy. But I also, just before we go to Tara, I just want to give a big shout out again and thanks to PADS and the whole program and the village of PADS and all the volunteers. And of course, just a quick shout out to Rachel and Cliff McDougall, who were Jasper's puppy raisers, who we've kept in touch with ever since. And anytime we're down and they come to visit, Jasper still, he loves them and remembers them. I can see a real difference in him when he sees them. So I, you know, but anyway, we appreciate the whole village of PADS and especially all the volunteers. It's just fantastic, and I can't say enough. I'm just he's helping me so much, and it's a huge thing. So
that's awesome. Well, I'm going to steal one of our viewers and one of our PATS volunteers' words here. So Judy Fabic says, so nice to see a great team working together. And we're just really grateful you took the time to come chat with us today and share a little bit about what Jasper does. And we hope to see you both very soon. We miss you. You know, I love open house every year because I know I'm always going to get my visit with Dave and Jasper, but hopefully we'll be able to reschedule that at some point.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And see each other face to face. But in the meantime, you two stay healthy and safe and all that good stuff. And we will chat again very soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.